Good morning, Rayfield. I have a special message today. It is in reference to daylight saving time. This weekend, our time is going to change. And so I would be remiss if I did not share with you the message that we need to get used to the fact and understand the fact that the time is going to change this weekend. So Sunday, March 14th, is daylight saving time. It begins at 2:00 a.m. on March 14th. So the time is going to change. And then again on Sunday, November 7th, the time will change again. So I need you guys to realize that you got to set your clocks and get ready for daylight saving time. Daylight saving time 2021 officially begins at 2 a.m. Sunday, March 14th. So be sure to adjust your clocks either before you go to bed on Sunday or first thing Sunday morning. And those of you who will be attending the church service here at Rayfield on Sunday, you must realize that there is a time change. Talk to Miss Joan. I've already alerted Miss Joan that we must adjust the bus schedule so that everyone can still come to the service that is coming here in the chapel. So daylight saving time lasts from the second Sunday in March, which is this coming Sunday, to the first Sunday in November. And it's called Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so let's get ready for the time change. Let's learn a little bit more about it. So the clocks go forward or back. There was a question. Do the clocks go forward or back in April? Okay. We also talk about what states. Every state does not do this. We're in the state of Florida, so we do it. Today, most Americans spring forward, meaning that they turn their clocks ahead and we lose 1 hour the second Sunday in March, and fall back, turn their clocks back the first Sunday in November. Okay, so this Sunday we will be turning our clocks ahead and we will be losing 1 hour. The main purpose of daylight savings time, called summertime in many places in the world, is to make better use of the daylight time. We change our clocks during the summer months so we can move an hour daylight from the morning to the evening. Okay, give you a little bit of history. Daylight saving times ends November 1st. Clocks will move back 1 hour in the United States. The policy started in the early 1900s as a way to cut the use of energy. Many Americans think it's no longer worth the hassle, and some states try not to even observe this practice. March 14th, 2021 begins daylight savings time. I'm looking for interesting information that might help us. Millions of Americans and Canadians do mark daylight saving time. So this happens in Canada as well as in America. Begins on March 14th. You have to get ready to lose an hour. Okay, need you guys to think about that. Millions of Americans and Canadians will mark the start of daylight savings time, moving their clocks forward 1 hour. This time manipulation will result in the loss of 60 minutes. You're going to lose 60 minutes, 1 hour, this coming Sunday. Okay, so that precious time that you used to sleep, that's over. That means you're getting up 1 hour earlier. Okay, this started with Benjamin Franklin. It was the first suggested resetting the clocks as a way of managing our energy. Okay, however, this American inventor thought that this would be a better way of a better use of our time. So we would have more daylight time and more time to work. Okay, we would get more time out of our day. So that was the purpose, was to get more time out of the day. Okay, Saylights, Davings, Light, Uncle Sam, your enemies have been up and you are at work an extra hour. So the inventors began to tell us that we were sleeping and that it was daylight. So as long as it is daylight, they want us to be up and working and moving about and getting our day started. So that's the purpose, is to get our day started while it is daylight. In 1986, President Ronald Reagan brought forward the DST start date by 3 weeks to the first Sunday in April. In 2005, George W. Bush not only moved up the spring forward date to the second Sunday in March, but also extended the time back to the last Sunday in October, first Sunday in November. So even our current presidents have participated in making sure that daylight savings time is useful and that it's helpful to our economy. Over the years, there have been several attempts to get rid of daylight savings time. However, most of them have been rejected by our legislators. Other countries have had more success. In 2019, after a poll revealed the majority of residents were against it in Europe, and so they got rid of it. However, by 2022, all countries are trying to get rid of this summertime daylight saving time. I doubt very seriously if they will be able to do that, but they are trying. Okay, so I just wanted you to know that it is daylight savings time this coming Sunday. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, your clocks will change when you get up. So you might as well change your clock before you go to bed. Get ready for the next day, to the time to be different, and so that you will be able, ready, energized, ready to go 1 hour earlier. You are losing an hour this Sunday. So we will talk more in our classes about daylight saving time. I'm going to show you some videos about it. I just want you to inundate yourself with the thought that we're losing that hour, and you need to understand that if you don't get up and get yourself ready a little earlier, you're going to miss your buses, you're going to miss your schedules, because all over the United States, schedules are changing. Not just here at Rayfield, all over the United States, everybody's schedule is changing. The bus schedule is changing. The work day is changing. Everybody must adjust their clocks and get ready for daylight savings time. Now, in your classes, they are going to ask you some questions today about daylight saving time, and they're going to teach you a whole entire lesson about how daylight savings time started, what is the purpose of daylight savings time, what is the meaning of daylight savings time, what will you do with your hour that you are losing, how did daylight savings time begin, what happens in the spring, what happens in the fall. You need to know the difference between spring forward, fall back. Okay, and one of our themes is spring forward, and that's in April. So I want you to remember that. You're going to learn a lot about springing forward in April. And I'm just going to give you a hint. In 1895 was when daylight savings time began. Okay, then there was a proverb, the early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. So that's one of the different themes and different slogans that went along with daylight savings time. We called it a proverb. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay? Remember I said spring forward, fall back. So that means that in the spring, the clock goes forward. And in the, in the spring forward, fall back. In the spring, the clock goes forward. In the fall, the clock goes back. Okay, so we not only do this now, we do it again in November. But in November, you will be falling back. You will be losing an hour. Okay, so I gave you a lot of hints. You'll see the lesson in your classroom. Your teacher is going to talk to you about it. Get ready to adjust your clocks this weekend. Understand that you need to put your clothes out earlier. You need to get used to daylight saving time. It takes an adjustment. Whenever the clock changes, it's an adjustment to your daily schedule. And sometimes you might feel a little bit tired because the time changed and you don't have as much time as you used to. You just have to make the adjustment and get used to it. So I am asking you guys to prepare for this adjustment so that you can handle it and you won't be cranky on top of all the other things we have going on in the world, the hay fever, the pandemic, the wash your hands, the wear your mask, all of those other things. We're now embracing this weekend is daylight saving time. Let's get ready for it. And as usual at Rayfield, we're always learning. This is a facility for learning. This is an excellent, excellent opportunity for you to always stay on top of the things that are important in your life. So we are Rayfield Strong. We are educated. We are knowledgeable about what's happening in the world today. This message was about daylight saving time. Let's have a great day. We are Rayfield Strong.